If you are a patient who is undergoing fertility treatments, you're going in for IUIs, IVF treatments, you're considering surrogacy as an option, or it has been advised to you, we have the expert with us, Dr. Hitesh Bhatt. Hitesh, to start off with, can you tell us a little about the ART Act?
We must first understand that what is ACT.
Namaste. If you are a patient who is undergoing fertility treatments, you're going in for IUIs, IVF treatments, you're considering surrogacy as an option, or it has been advised to you, this is a podcast for you because we have the expert with us, Dr. Hitesh Bhatt, and he's not only a gynecologist, but he is also a lawyer by profession. He's a partner at BNS Medical Legal Consultancy. He has been practicing law since the last 23 years. He's the author of many books. He has given more than 2,000 talks at different platforms. He is also a very dear friend of ours, and it is really a privilege for me to actually ask him very, very important questions, which are burning questions for most patients about the ART law in India. What does the Indian law say if you are considering treatments? Because there's so much of confusion everyday patients face as to what does the Indian law say. So today we have with us Dr. Hitesh, who's going to simplify the law for us to understand as to fertility treatments can be done for who, how it can be managed, what is the process. So we're going to ask him all these questions. So welcome, Dr. Hitesh. And thank you for having come over here to clear all our queries. You've come all the way from Mumbai, and I'm so thankful that you're going to be answering all our questions.
Sure.
So, Dr. Hitesh, to start off with, can you tell us a little about the ART Act?
Yes. So we must first understand that what is ACT. ACT is something which is passed by the Parliament. So before 2021, there was no ACT. All the infertility practice was guided by only ICMR guidelines. Now, what is the difference between guideline and an ACT? That we must understand. Guideline is something which is for your betterment, it is for your good. If you follow it, it is fine. You don't follow it, it is fine. Act is something where there is punishment behind it if you do not follow. So in short, we can understand that guideline is something which your mother tells you to do. If you do it, it is fine. You don't do it, you are fine. But act is something which your wife tells you to do. You have to do it, otherwise you are gone. So now it is an act. The act was passed by the Parliament in 2021 December, and the rules came in 2022 June. So this act and rules, they are making the entire complete thing, and we have to follow each and every sections which are mentioned in the same.
Right. What is a level 1 clinic and a level 2 fertility center?
Yeah, so as per the ART Act, level 1 clinic is the clinic where treatment up to IUI is possible. So those patients who are requiring just IUI, where like you are doing either IUI with husband semen or IUI with donor semen, up to that clinic can do. Level 2 clinic is anything beyond that, where you have to actually do ovum pickup, you have to do donors pickup, you have to make embryos, you have to freeze embryos, you have to transfer embryos. All these things which are a higher level thing, that happens at level 2. So there are level 1 clinics and there are level 2 clinics.
And then what is an ART bank?
ART bank is third category. ART bank is the kind of a bank which gives you gametes. Like when the law was made, it was decided that only bank will supply you with the gametes. But when the rules came, they change a bit. And what is the change? ART bank will give you semen, but ART bank will not give you oocyte. Bank will supply the donor to the level 2 clinic, because to supply oocyte, you require to pick up also the oocyte, and it is not possible sitting in a bank. It requires a full setup of level 2.
Correct.
So they made a little change, and ultimately what law says now is ART level 1 clinic will do IUI, level 2 will do all, as I said, and ART bank will supply semen or oocyte donor, and the pickup of the donor will happen at the level 2 clinic.
Right. So the ART law is governing these three types of fertility service centers.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, Dr. Hitesh, we have patients of different age groups coming to us for fertility treatment. Like we at Mamata Fertility, we are a level 2 and a surrogacy clinic as well. So, what is the eligibility for a patient to take IUI or IVF treatments in our country?
Now, whether it is IUI or whether it is any advanced treatment in level 2, the law is very clear for the age groups. See, previously when the law was not there, anybody was becoming pregnant, and at any age they used to have children, because science has given that benefit, you can do anything. But when you don't regulate yourself, somebody has to regulate you. And that is why the law came into picture. Because the nation or the state, that also sees the welfare of the child. If suppose a 70-year-old couple gets a child, that actually people produce children for so that the child becomes their support at old age. But if when they have child at old age, child himself requires a support.
Exactly.
So to avoid such situations, they have put a cap. So what is that? So they've said that for a female to take the treatment, the age should be 21 and the maximum age is 50. And for a man, the age is 21 and 55. So treatment can be given only between these two age range, 21 and 50 for a female and 21 and 55 for a male. Also, they have said that the couple has to be married. So only married couple can be treated. If single woman requires a treatment, then she should fulfill this age 21 to 50. We can treat her. But if she comes with a boyfriend, or if she is not married, or if she is in live-in relationship with somebody, the person who is coming along with her will not become a father. He will become a semen donor. He has to go to the ART bank. He has to give his semen there. The semen will come from that particular bank to a clinic, and the child will be produced. And he will forfeit his right on the child.
So this is the reason why every fertility center is very particular that the couple submit their Aadhaar card at the time of registration, so that this is the legal document based on which we calculate the age.
Exactly. And as I told you, law is something where there is punishment. If you are not following this particular age limits, then you are you are infringing the law, and there is a punishment. And punishment is pecuniary punishment for the first offense, and there is a imprisonment up to 8 years in the second offense. So you have to be very clear when the ages are mentioned in the law.
So there is punishment for both the couple and the clinic if they do not follow
Those who
age criteria.
The law says those who do not follow.
Right.
Now, whom to implicate, that the authorities will decide.
Right. Now, very commonly we have patients, couples, where the girl is 20 years old and she knows that she requires some sort of assistance in terms of IUI or IVF, and she comes to the clinic. So, can we do IUI if the woman is 20? That is one scenario. And another scenario we see is the woman is in the eligible age, she's say 28, but the man is 56. So how, how does the patient go about in this situation?
See, when girl is 20, she definitely cannot undergo any ART procedure. IUI is a ART procedure. However, she can undergo evaluation. You can evaluate her. She can undergo natural cycles, like you can just stimulate the oocyte and ask her to have natural relations. But till 21 years, you can't do any ART procedure. ART procedure is defined as to take the gametes outside the human body and processing it and putting it back into the female genital tract. Now that you can't do. So to do that, she must qualify 21 years old. It is like if driving license you can get at 18 years of age. If you want to drive at 17, can you? It is same like that. See, law has very specific boundaries.
Exactly.
When it says 21, 21 year happens on 21st birthday, midnight 12. So before 1 minute she is not eligible. After 1 minute she is eligible. That is how the law strict is.
Excellently explained. Very nice, Dr. Hitesh.
And second question you ask about the married couple. Now, they said for married couple, both should qualify for the age. So if she is qualifying for the age, but he is beyond the age limit, then also it is not valid.
Right.
They both should qualify for the age.
Right. So these couples who do not qualify for age, the only thing we can do is just evaluate, and they can try naturally. We can give medication, but we cannot do ART treatments. Like you mentioned, IUI, IVF cannot be done for these patients.
Yes. And there is one more remedy, like in certain places where they were undergoing the treatment, and while they were continuing with the treatment, and suddenly the man became more than 55, or the female crossed the age. At that time, if it is so happens, in that case you have to go to the high court. You have to file a writ petition, and court may allow you in a particular case to go ahead with the treatment. So there are court orders from various court. They've allowed the treatment beyond the age.
So in special situations.
In special situation, it is applicable to that couple. You can't generalize it.
Right. Now, my next question is about a single woman, because we have so many women. Single woman, what is the definition of a single woman? That is one question. And you've already mentioned that they can go in for IUI, IVF procedure, but the sperm which is used has to be routed through ART bank. So what is the definition? Which type of a single woman can actually avail these services? Like the other day I had a lady who is around 42 years and she's unmarried, and she's come in for, an IVF cycle. And she said, I never knew that I could have availed this sort of a treatment when I was younger. If I had known, I would have come earlier, because I always knew that I'm not going to be married. So some sort of a legal guidance for single women. What are the eligibility criteria, and what can they go for if they want to have a child?